What's up, guys? Before we get started, I want to make sure you understand that I'm not going to talk down to Bitcoin in this video, and I'm not really going to talk it up. We're going to focus on objective facts, price action, and what Bitcoin has done in the past, because that can give us an idea of what's to come in the future, and more importantly, what you might be getting yourself into if you go and buy it today. What's up, guys? For those of you that are new, my name is Austin Silver. I appreciate you being here. In today's video, like I said, we're focused on Bitcoin. I want you to understand these important facts because I know a lot of people have been reaching out to me and also probably doing their own research, just looking to get into Bitcoin because it's become a hot topic again, just like what we saw in 2017. Now, I'm not going to talk down to Bitcoin and I'm not going to talk it up, like I said at the beginning, because I know what I don't know and I'm not a cryptocurrency expert. In fact, I was in Bitcoin this year at about 4,000 and I sold all of it around 12,000. So I'm not in Bitcoin at all right now, which is a part of the reason why I felt compelled to make this video, because I think I can sit pretty objectively. We're going to look at some objective facts and then we can base our decision on where we think Bitcoin may go from here on our own. That's not what I'm here to do. That's speculation. I want you to just understand really the volatility in this asset, if you want to call it that, because again, if you're looking to get into this right now, you might be getting in at a time where we could, of course, not saying it will, but we could see a pullback. And I want you to know what the extent of that pullback could be, because some people can't handle that. Now, first, we're going to talk about the potential, of course, to the upside. I don't want to be biased, like I said, so we need to acknowledge that this bull run is incredible, and there's a lot of people making a lot more money than I did, and that's the way bull markets run. The thing about this bull market, though, is that it can turn around very quickly. So let's first take a look over to a tweet here from Charlie. This shows the Bitcoin bull run milestones, and you can see it took 1,105 days to get to the $20,000 mark. But once we broke through 20,000, it's now only taken less than a month, actually. So I'm going to say 3 weeks to get to 41,000. So it's doubled in less than a month. That type of volatility is insane. And a lot of people, like I said, are making a ton of money on this. But at the same time, we need to be aware of what this can do when it pulls back and what this could do if you got in now and it was to go into a year or two period of pullback. Because again, look how long it took. Got to look at this from both sides. Look how long it took to break through 20,000. A long time. At the same time, look at how quickly it can break through new levels once it does. So keep that in mind when we talk about the pullback potential when it could come back down. I tweeted, or I should say I screenshotted a tweet from Peter Brandt where he said, a cautionary message about parabolic advances. Once a parabolic advance is obvious, it is way too late to be a buyer. The train has left the station. He said this after he posted a chart on his Twitter feed that this is like the third real parabolic advance that Bitcoin is going through. So he just wanted people to know that now is not really a time to be a buyer if you were to ask him. Again, I'm not saying whether it is or it isn't. I'm just showing you his thoughts. We know he's a market expert. Now we're going to look at my chart, just at some of the research that I was able to do, and I'm really just trying to focus on price and objective fact here. So let's just scroll back. I'm looking at BTC USD on the weekly chart quoted by Bitstamp. That's because Bitstamp goes back the farthest, all the way into 2012. I want you guys to just see, again, as much as we know this can rip, right? It's gone from, at one point, this was priced at $1, and now it's at 41,000, right? So as much as there's that potential to the upside, if you were to buy now, you could get in at a time where it goes into a pullback period. How long that pullback period is, who knows? So if we go back into 2012, you can see Bitcoin pulled back for 40 days. It lost 50% of its value. Now, of course, it moved higher and erased that pullback. But just as it moved higher, within 7 days, it dropped 82% in 2013. That was a very quick pullback. Some people would sell all of their Bitcoin when they lost 82% of it. So just keep that in mind. Here, you can see 2013 into 2014 and into 2015, it dropped again another 86% this time, a little bit more. But some people would be buying here up at 700, 800, 900, and then they're getting out at 200, 195, 180. So you have to just remember that some people, I know me, this would be a really hard pullback to sit through. Bitcoin, you really need a big time horizon. And you can see this took 434 days. So are you really going to be confident every day you wake up for those 434 days that Bitcoin will still come higher even though you're losing money on your investment? That's how much That's what you need to think about when you think about how much money you want to put into this thing, right? You can see it's kind of stagnant for a while. Again, you have another 41% pullback right there. That takes place over the course of about 50 days again. Here, there's another one just within 3 weeks, 34% right there. And then here, I wanted to make sure we pointed this out. This is after that initial bull run in 2017 when we almost touched 20,000. It was like 19.6, right? That pullback after that big all-time high breakout pulled back 84% over the next year. That's a big pullback. And I mean, a lot of us lived through that. We didn't really know about Bitcoin as much before that, but everybody knew about Bitcoin after that. So you knew people that were getting out of their Bitcoin, I'll just take my loss here, take my loss here. Look at the support there at just under 6,000, right? Once it took that out, boom, it dropped to 3,000, 3,400, right? Now, it did recover, but 2019 into 2020, when we saw July, October, let's see, really right before coronavirus, it was already pulling back, but coronavirus really is what shoved it down. That's 259 days of a pullback, 72% drop. So how many people were buying here and then getting back out here as they started to lose money? They're just getting rid of it because it's losing money since they bought in at a higher price. Now, look at the bull run of 2020, right? It's amazing. 980% in 44 weeks. It's amazing. What are we going to do from here is the real question. An 80% pullback like it's done before would take us all the way down to 8,100, 8,300. If people bought in at 40 and they get out at 8, people are never going to believe in Bitcoin again. So that could happen. We could see Bitcoin go from 40 here to 144, like JP Morgan said, which is another crazy thing to me because Jamie Dimon used to hate Bitcoin. And now they're saying it could go to 100,000, 140,000. So where do we go from here? I don't know. And again, I didn't want to bias you guys in that at all with this video. I just wanted to make it very clear that Bitcoin can pull back very hard and very fast, and it can pull back very hard and over a long period of time. So if you're going to get into Bitcoin, the one thing that seems clear is that you need to have a very long time horizon, especially right now, especially during these bull runs. Your time horizon has to be extremely long. And I know some people can't handle that. And that's why I wanted to make sure we put this video out, because it's important for me to make sure you guys understand risk is always something we have to go into our investments with as a focus. And right now, I think there's more risk in buying Bitcoin than we've seen in the last 365 days. You can always guarantee that this thing is going to pull back. Always. At some point, it will pull back. And that's when I think, for me, I'll look to get in potentially again and hold with a really long time horizon. That is the thing that stays true, and that's what I wanted you guys to understand with this video. The time horizon has to be long because we could see 100% pullback. We could see a 90% pullback in a week. You just don't know with this thing. And especially because like today, I saw I think it was Sweden. Let me see if I can pull this up. I think it was Sweden that actually sold off. I know I can pull it up because it's here on Twitter. I'll show you. Just want to make sure I'm quoting the right country here. Finland, sorry. Finland Customs, here, I'll show you the tweet. Finland Customs seized 1,981 Bitcoins in 2016, which were valued at 800K. Now they plan on selling them for $75 million. So what's that going to do to the price of Bitcoin if that's true? Just things to consider. Again, a lot of people will look at this Bitcoin chart. If we were to just erase everything I drew here, put it on auto instead of log, that's why it looked that way. Look at these bars. They are massive. At some point, in my opinion, someone's going to say, yo, we got to take some profit off the table, because you can take some profit here, especially if you've been buying from a lower price, lock those gains and move that money into another investment and diversify even more. But I know a lot of Bitcoiners just don't want to sell their Bitcoin because they think Bitcoin is going to go to 1 million and it's the future and it's going to surpass gold and everything else. I don't know that it's going to do that. That's why I'm not even involved in Bitcoin right now, because to me, it's all about a trade. I was in at 4, I was out at 12. That's a good trade to me. Of course, it would have been better in at 4, out at 40, but I didn't know it was going to 40. So that's where my thoughts are with this thing. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand what the risks are. I don't want anyone getting in overly aggressive. And again, the time horizon is key here. So I hope it brings you some value for me to discuss topics like this. Let me know if you found value in it, and I'll keep the Bitcoin videos coming. We could do more technical analysis on this on a lower time frame, and maybe that'll give you guys some more clarity on when to be buying and when to be selling. So comments below, positive, negative, I always appreciate it. I try to answer everybody. If you aren't subscribed and you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe and give me a thumbs up. That's all I ask for, so YouTube spreads this video to other people and we can help people really understand what they're getting themselves into. Because honestly, I don't think CNBC and all the other networks are doing a really good job at giving people an idea of the risks that they're taking when they get into Bitcoin. So hopefully today's video brings you some insight, brings you some value. Again, I appreciate the time. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.